Now, what is the point of foldables? Now, I know the logic behind them. They're supposed to be miniature tablets that you can put in your pocket for everyone who wants to consume media on larger screens. But honestly, the way foldables are designed, I don't know how that's gonna happen. Now, the problem with foldables basically is the screen. And now the phone has to fold in two, not fit in your pocket. So they decide to make most foldables decide to make a plastic glass hybrid screen, which bends but doesn't break. But the problem with that screen is it's too soft and it can get scratched up. Now, yes, you could say you have to be careful with them, but these are supposed to be phones that you put in your pocket, and everyone knows that most people do a lot of rough use with their phones. I mean, they take photos, they watch movies, they text, and all that. I mean, it's something you use all the time. It's hard to keep use that carefully, and that's the kind of the problem with the foldables. It's something you use all the time, so that screen is gonna get scratched up easily, and you can't really do anything about it because that's the material. And plus, there's another issue. It's the aspect ratio. I mean, as big as the screen is, the most videos don't play to full screen because the aspect ratio isn't correct. Now, for the aspect ratio to be correct, the fold when folded into a phone has to be really tall, and if it becomes really tall, then the phone part of it becomes unusable. But it's designed in a way that it's the same size as the phone when folded. But because of that, it's more of a square shape, and there's no aspect ratio for that. So most content wouldn't even fit the full screen. So that's another issue with that. I mean, it is a software issue, but the longer aspect ratio is more suited for the majority of devices, phones, TVs, and all that. So you can really, everyone will be forced to make two different versions of videos in two aspect ratios to suit the foldable device, and I don't think that's going to be happening because phones and TVs are much more large scale than foldables. So that's another issue. And then there's a software aspect. I mean, you have a lot of screen real estate, but you can't really use it that much of it. I mean, most of the apps aren't really tailor-made just for foldables. They're tailor-made for regular phones. And so you don't get to take full advantage of the giant screen you have. So that's another issue. And when you look at all these things, it doesn't really make sense for foldables. I mean, maybe the first and third things I said about the screen durability and software experience, that could be corrected in the future with newer better technology and better software integration. But the aspect ratio, that I don't see any way around, because this thing has to be usable as a phone as well as a tablet, and both those things cannot work together. The phone either has to be too long, or the tablet has to be a square shape, and they've chosen to focus on the phone form factor, which is the right thing to do. I mean, if that thing's too long to use one-handed, yeah, no people are gonna buy it. But yeah, the concept of foldables doesn't really make all that sense to me.